September 6th, 2025. It began like any ordinary day, until a key advisor to Vladimir Putin took the stage at Russia's Eastern Economic Forum and dropped a bombshell.
Криптовалют. Вспомните, какой у них долг.
He accused the United States and Donald Trump himself of using cryptocurrency to quietly erase America's massive debt. To most people, it sounded like another routine jab from Moscow. But a month later, the world witnessed the unthinkable.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Mackenzie Stigalos. Major cryptocurrencies in the red to end the week.
The biggest crypto crash in history.
This wasn't a random event. It was an operation.
And a geopolitical game so complex it felt straight out of a James Bond movie.
Dump your gold, sell all the US gold, buy Bitcoin.
Filled with secrets, power plays, and dimensions no one had ever dared to talk about. Welcome to Sleuthing Scams, and today we will be talking about the bigger game behind 2025 Crypto Crash. It takes a lot of time, effort and courage to bring these videos for you, so kindly hit that subscribe button. It all started with a war, not with missiles or soldiers, but with money, minerals and algorithms. The 2025 crypto crash wasn't just another dip. It was a controlled demolition of the digital economy, a financial earthquake triggered by political ego, global rivalry, and the oldest game in history, power. October 9th, 2025, China makes its move. Beijing announces new export controls on rare earth minerals, the lifeblood of modern technology used in everything from iPhones to fighter jets. It was a clear message to Washington: we're not backing down. And the very next day, Donald Trump, now back in power, fires back on Truth Social. He writes, "China is becoming very hostile." Bitcoin began bleeding, slipping from $122,000 to $117,000. It wasn't a crash, not yet. It was just the appetizer. The main course was still being served, because hours later Trump dropped the real bombshell, a 100% tariff on all Chinese goods starting November 1st. That brought the total tariffs to an unbelievable 130%. And the moment he pressed post, the world watched the markets go dark. Bitcoin nosedived. From $117,000, it crashed to as low as $104,000 within hours. Altcoins followed, collapsing like dominoes. Ethereum, Solana, XRP, all red. In just one night, the entire crypto market went into freefall. And this wasn't a simple sell-off. As prices dropped, millions of leveraged positions, bets made by traders hoping Bitcoin would rise, were forced liquidated by exchanges. Automatic systems began selling massive positions to cover losses, which caused prices to fall even faster, triggering more liquidations in a brutal, self-feeding spiral. 1.6 million traders were wiped out, $19.1 billion liquidated in 24 hours. To put that into perspective, the infamous COVID crash of March 2020 caused $1.2 billion in liquidations. This was nearly 16 times worse, the biggest liquidation event in crypto history. As panic spread, exchanges began to break under pressure. Major platforms like Binance, Robinhood, and Coinbase froze at the worst possible moment. Traders couldn't sell, couldn't buy, couldn't withdraw. All they could do was watch as their portfolios evaporated. Trump, of course, called it unexpected. But anyone watching the trade war closely knew it was a ticking time bomb. For months, the US had been accusing China of unfair trade practices and intellectual property theft. Trump, embarrassed after earlier claiming the rare earth issue was done, couldn't afford to appear weak. So he retaliated, and the markets paid the price. But this isn't just about tariffs or trade. This story gets darker the deeper you go. Because while Trump was pointing fingers at China, he had already changed his tune on crypto. For years, Trump hated it, calling Bitcoin a scam, a disaster, and fake money. But in 2024, everything changed. He and his sons quietly launched World Liberty Financial, a crypto company with one clear goal: to accumulate more Bitcoin. And right after his election victory, the New York Times published a bombshell piece. It questioned how a sitting president could shape financial policy that directly benefits his own crypto empire. In other words, Trump wasn't just playing politics, he was playing the markets. Soon after, the UAE, known for its strategic global investments, poured $2 billion into World Liberty Financial, and according to NBC Universal, the Trump family made over $4 billion in crypto gains since the elections. Coincidence? Maybe. But sharks don't swim in calm waters. They thrive in chaos. And when the world was selling, institutions like BlackRock quietly bought more Bitcoin. So, was this crash really an accident? Or was it a reset? A planned collapse to shift wealth from ordinary investors into the hands of the elite? Because deep within the noise, something strange happened. On a relatively small exchange called Hyperliquid, one whale wallet executed a series of perfectly timed trades, right before the biggest liquidation wave hit. That wallet made over $200 million in profit in less than 24 hours. Insider trading? Luck? Or foresight from someone who knew what was coming? Or maybe it was not America. It was a masterstroke by Russia and China. September 6th, 2025, a month before the crash, Russia held its annual Eastern Economic Forum. There, Putin's top advisor, Anton Kobyakov, made an alarming statement. He claimed that the US could use dollar-backed stablecoins and gold to quietly devalue or reduce its $37.4 trillion national debt by shifting obligations into crypto instruments. Think about that. Turning debt into digital money, printing your way out of insolvency under the disguise of innovation. And that makes sense when you look at the numbers. America's GDP is about $29 trillion. Its debt? Over $37 trillion. That's not just an imbalance, it's a ticking bomb. And crypto, ironically, might be their escape hatch. But behind this financial chaos lies an even bigger war, not for territory, but for technology. During the Cold War, it was all about nuclear weapons. But now, in the Cold War between China and the US, it's about artificial intelligence. The new arms race is digital, and both the US and China want to dominate it. Yet here's the paradox. Both countries depend on each other. China holds the world's largest reserves of rare earth minerals, essential for chips, batteries, and AI hardware. And the US, it is house to Nvidia and AMD, which make way better chips than Chinese giants like Huawei or Cambricon, the chips that are necessary to train and run AI models. It's a toxic symbiosis, two rivals that can't win without the other. So when China tightens the supply of rare earths, it chokes America's tech industry. And when America imposes tariffs or sanctions chip exports, it suffocates China's AI ambitions. In this tug of war, the world economy is just collateral damage. And crypto, the most volatile of all assets, reacts first. Maybe the crash wasn't just a financial event. Maybe it was a warning shot, a glimpse of how fragile our digital economy really is when politics and power collide. And if you look closely, every move seems to serve someone's interest. China gets leverage in the tech race. Trump gains control over the crypto narrative. Big institutions accumulate Bitcoin at discount prices. And ordinary investors, they're left holding the bag. Again, one thing is clear. The next global war won't be fought with tanks. It'll be fought with code, chips, and coins. And maybe, just maybe, this crash wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a new kind of economic warfare. A war where the winners aren't the ones with the biggest armies, but the ones who hold the keys to the blockchain. We release eye-opening documentaries every week, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and never miss a story.